Aruna. I am a senior recruiter at Climate People, and I am joined by Natalie Lavery, our marketing head, and Lorenzo Slay, who we placed recently. Lorenzo, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Tell us about yourself. Tell us where you are currently working, and where you will. We'll talk about where you're going later, but tell us where you are now and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Lorenzo Slay. I'm currently an engineering leader out at Palo Verde Generating Station, which is a nuclear generating station. It's the largest nuclear generating station in the United States. And currently what I do is I'm responsible for um, the strategy and design and implementation of new technologies and applications at the nuclear power plant, taking what we had been operating for the last 30 years very safely and reliably, and upgrading that to what we can safely and reliably operate for the next 30 years. So that's what I currently do.
That's awesome. So, Lorenzo, I remember after our first conversation and such, I remember a message you sent me saying, Aruna, I want this job. So, what was it about this position that you were so excited about and felt like, this is the job that you wanted? Was it related to the climate industry? What was your interest, and why did you really want this job, quote unquote? You wrote it in caps, so
Yeah, no. So, it's always exciting when you can find something that combines, different parts of your previous experience, right, into something that you're really excited about taking forward. And this job really had that. Obviously, it relies, or it kind of draws on, or allows me to draw on my experience doing design in power, in nuclear power, right, which is considered to be obviously one of the cleanest forms of power that we can have right now, very important to our energy portfolio. But what's cool about what the job I'm going to be doing is it didn't rely just on my design skills, but it'll actually allow me to leverage my experience and background in programming and software design to take the engineering aspect of what I've done forward into the future. What we're doing at Transcend is we're kind of disrupt the engineering industry by automating and taking the grunt work out of the upfront engineering, allowing engineers to do more innovative work. And that was something that was really exciting to me. And so being able to leverage my past background, some of my diverse experiences, and then take engineering as a whole, like as a profession, to the next level was something that was really exciting to me. And that's why I really was like, I want to do this.
Now, this
So,
job
oh,
is a little outside of our wheelhouse. We find people. I mean, we work with companies um, that are fighting climate change, right? So now, what was your experience working with us? Or what was your intention to move into a company that is fighting climate change, or what was your idea when you decided to even pursue this position? Was climate in your mind at all?
It's funny. I started out at Palo Verde directly out of college, right? So I've kind of always been in the nuclear industry, and a big part of the nuclear industry, obviously, safety is number one. But what the nuclear industry is really bringing to power in the United States is this clean energy, right? No CO2 emissions from the primary side of the plant, right? So that's kind of been ingrained in me, like socially responsibility, and increasingly that's important in the dialogue that we have going on in the power industry, right? Everything right now in power is about how do we make it sustainable, how do we make it renewable. And so when I saw this opportunity, and it's very much being one of the benefits of the technology that this company works on and is developing, is that it can be used to make engineering design more sustainable and allow engineers to explore more technologies that can be used sustainably. That was attractive to me. So it was cool to see that kind of overlap elsewhere in the industry. Obviously, I'm used to where I've been, but to see that kind of interest and importance reflected elsewhere in the industry, I thought was really good. So, especially in like software, right, which is kind of a different animal altogether.
Can you
Yeah.
touch on which job you'll be taking? Your new job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Your title.
Yeah.
I will be a product development lead, kind of doing a little bit of product development and project management for Transcend Software company. They currently have a great what they call a design generator, what we call a design generator, which does the conceptual design for wastewater treatment plants. And my role at the company will be looking at helping them develop that product further and potentially look at other applications for that design generator. So that's what I'll be doing. A little bit of the project management side of that, developing clients and figuring out what other parts of the industry would be interested in, and then helping them actually develop the software product to make that happen.
That's awesome. Now, how was your experience working with climate people, and any feedback or any thoughts on what we can do better, or what's your advice to future candidates?
Well, so my experience working with you, Aruna, right, directly, really, was very positive. What I will say, and I've kind of been obviously talking to colleagues as I've been looking at transitioning out of the company. Everyone wants to know where you're going and what you're doing. One thing that I don't think I fully appreciated when I first started my job search was the role that a strong recruiting company can play in you being placed at a company, and all of the resources and support that you can get if you lean in. I think that's something that I didn't do a great job of with you, Aruna, especially kind of like post there being strong interest from my new company. And working through like the details and negotiations of salary and stuff like that. I don't think I leaned in that way, and I know that you were ready and able to help me with that. And that's as far as like advice to other people that are working with climate people, you guys definitely have an interest in being involved all the way from identifying the company and the fit as far as both clients, all the way through that final contract being signed between the two and making sure both parties are happy. And so being and staying engaged with you all the way through that process is something that I would recommend to anyone else who's going to be using your services.
That's awesome. I know it was a few days of confusion, what's going on, and we finally got here. Yeah, so other than placing candidates and mobilizing talent, I'm repeating myself here, we also contribute 1% of our placement fee to a climate nonprofit. So have you chosen, you have two options, have you chosen which one you want us to contribute your fee to?
We can give you a refresher.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the Hanel Foundation, which like is working with like energy equity and solar, getting solar distributed throughout the world. And then we also have Soul Fire Farm, which focuses on regenerative agriculture and just really helping to end food deserts and all of that.
Yeah. So the first one that was working with solar was
Hanel
the one
Foundation.
that I was yeah.
Perfect.
That's the one that I was looking to contribute to.
Awesome.
Obviously, maybe that's a little bit self-serving, but I know that industry as the power industry, and obviously looking at what we can do to solve the energy challenges that we have ahead of us as a country and as a global community is really important. And so I hope that this donation will make a good contribution in moving us forward in that direction.
Yeah, it's interesting because we place candidates at ag tech companies, and they choose Soul Fire Farms, and candidates from the energy industry choose this one. So thank you so much. I mean, it was fun working with you, and thank you for coming and working in the climate industry. Anything else that you want to say? Otherwise, we can wrap this up.
No, I don't have anything else to add. Obviously, I really appreciate and have enjoyed working with you, Aruna, and it's been nice to meet you, Natalie. So Good luck to both of you, and good luck to the effort that is, right, making a difference when it comes
Yes,
to global climate change.
yes.